Good morning, everyone. I am Yaxing Zhang from MPA. Thank you for attending my IPSS project presentation. I worked with World Vision China in Beijing for 6 months. My intern position was project assistant. I have assisted many different projects during this intern experience, and I've learned a lot about social development work. Today, I'm going to share my main project, Communication for Development, and it is also called Little Swan Digital Storytelling Club. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the background on migrant population in China, which was my target audience and beneficiaries. Then I will share World Vision's C4D idea and how did I start my project. After that, I will briefly go through the project implementation process and summarize and give my recommendation in the end. World Vision's main mission is the sustained well-being of children, especially the most vulnerable. The project team I was working at was called Assistance Project for Children of Rural Migrant Workers in Beijing. The project is to facilitate the migrant children to achieve all-around development by social service and to arouse social awareness of caring and supporting children of rural migrant workers. So, what is migrant children? Why do they need help? Rural migrant workers are people who came from rural areas to big cities for better developing opportunity, and the children they brought along to the city were called migrant children. Moreover, the migrant population's living condition is very bad. They usually live in the urban rural fringe area because of cheap rent, and their living environment is very dirty and disordered. Most of the rural migrant workers are gaining low income. Work they usually do in the city are construction workers, janitors. Some of them run small businesses like selling vegetables. These are the pictures I took in the migrant community. The living environment there was really very bad. The traffic there was very disordered and dangerous. It is very hard to believe that there are such terrible living situation and community in this modern city, Beijing. Also, the children migrant workers brought along to the city are living under such condition. In the education side, those migrant children could not register in public schools because of registration policy. They study in migrant schools which established in or near the migrant community. However, most of those schools lack of financial resources, so their teaching quality and campus environment are bad. And after school, those children do not have a safe place to play sports, play games, or reading books. They often play on the roadside, which is dangerous. Many of them do not have the chance to visit Beijing's tourism attractions even though they have lived in Beijing for several years. So my project team of World Vision worked around migrant children and helped them in education, health, and many other aspects. When I started my intern this February, they were struggling to implement a project idea called Communication for Development. C4D is an innovative method for communication, and World Vision China has conducted training sessions for different divisions to try out. According to World Vision's term of reference on C4D, it is a tool to increase the participation of children in the community development process and at the same time to enable the voice of children to directly reach community leaders, government authorities at all levels, existing supporters, and targeted audiences who have the potential to make a difference in the children's lives. The way of presenting CFOD could be to tell a story, to act out a play, to take pictures, to make short films, and any other ways for children to tell their own stories and to express their opinions. After heard of this amazing idea, I became very interested in and passionate about it. So why I think C4D project will benefit for migrant community? Firstly, the donors can not only hear from children's story from annual reports, but also directly from children themselves. Secondly, this project can increase children's participation in community development by showing children's opinion to the public. In addition, it also will enhance children's ability to better express themselves, like public speaking skills. Moreover, this project enriches those migrant children's after-school activities. The last but not least, it fits in World Vision's global communication strategy. Objective number one is to lift up community voice from grassroots to global networks. After many thoughts and discussions, I said to our team, why not start a children's club? The club could be our platform to implement the whole C4D idea. My work team totally supported me. So I started to write the proposal and apply for project budget. Because we are going to start a club in Little Swan Migrant School, we named the club Little Swan Digital Storytelling Club. The objectives of this digital storytelling club is to increase migrant children's interest in digital storytelling and to advocacy for community development. Also, it helps with fundraising by showing the product to donors. I summarized the process of implementation into three parts: preparation, workshops, and fieldwork. We used 2 weeks to prepare our teaching plan and to recruit members for the club, 7 weeks of workshops to teach the basic skills, 6 weeks of fieldwork to shoot a film and present it in the National Children's Forum. In recruitment, we did one-to-one interview. The children were asked to tell stories to us. We taught them to draw a storyboard, to take pictures for a story, and taught them to write a shooting script to shoot short films. In the fieldwork, we selected one of the kids' story and to shoot a short film as a group. And finally, the kids presented their work in the National Children's Forum. To summarize this project and for future reference, I summarized three points I think World Vision should keep on doing. First is the recruitment process is very important, and World Vision should continue taking initiative on interviewing children in the beginning. Secondly, the workshops and fieldwork included lectures and practices. This increases fun and skill enhancement for the children. And also, in our workshops, we separated several groups usually, and I think the group work works efficiently in our club activities. Thirdly, the club members were relatively fixed. The total number of our club members was 10. This helped with team building and courses coherence. Also, I summarized 3 drawbacks and will give my recommendation on each of them. First, I think this project focused more on technical skills, like to teach the children how to take a good picture, but the goal was to amplify the children's voice to the society, so it is important to hear what children's real-life stories and opportunities are. My recommendation is in teaching plan and curriculum design to simplify technical skills, to add more activity to guide children in thinking about their stories. Second, the club and other society group hardly had connections. Communications were emphasized in C4D project idea, but it seemed we did not help on communication between the club members and the community. My recommendation is to advocate using children's products. For example, we were talking about safety issues, and we took many pictures on dangerous hazards in schools and community, and we shot a film about the danger of a drunk driver. We can have a picture wall and a public movie show to showcase children's productions. Thirdly, I think we had a small scale of influence. The number of club members was 10, and we seldom included other groups in this project. I suggest that World Vision can partnership with a volunteer group from a university in Beijing. This can increase the club's capacity and the scale of influence. Here is a picture of my work team in World Vision. Thank you very much today for your time on my IPSS presentation. Because of time limits, I have tried my best to summarize these 4-month-long projects. Please do not hesitate to ask me any questions.